I see Africa as the continent of the future. But to be the continent of the future, we must be open-minded people, discuss everything, debate everything. Hey guys, I've said a few things consistently on this channel. One of them is that Africa is not a village, and there's a reason for that. One of the reasons is that many of us, especially us in the diaspora, we talk about Africa as if it's one small village. Yes, we Africans do that, including myself. All right? I talk about Africa a lot, and I try to be very inclusive in everything I do about Africa, to the extent that in my mind, Africa becomes a small place in my mind. And I think that many of us do that in one way or the other. But there's one way we do that I think it's not beneficial to us. In fact, it might be dangerous to us if we continue doing that. When we talk about any particular subject that is Pan-African, we talk about it as if everybody in Africa agrees with it. How can that be? In our various countries, we argue about everything. We don't agree about those things. And we argue about them. And for me, it's healthy that we discuss and argue, debate those things. But when it comes to Pan-African issues, those that are in the forefront on that particular issue talk about it as if everybody in Africa agrees with it. And I think that's one reason why Pan-African issues are not moving forward. Because we don't discuss it. Because we don't debate it. So the people who have a different idea, when they see that the people at the forefront of that discussion are not willing to think that somebody else might think differently about this, they just shut up. But when it comes to implementation, they don't do anything. That's what happens when we shut down people who have a different opinion on subjects that are important. They stop talking, but they make sure that nothing is done to progress it. Africa is a big place. Africa has over 3,000 tribes, speak over 2,000 languages in 54 countries. So there is no way we can agree on very important issues without having serious conversations, several debates. And I'll also say we can't do that without even writing several books on those subjects to articulate the different areas of that subject. If we are not willing to do that, I don't see anything moving forward. See, the danger for me is that if those at the forefront of an important issue, push that issue through in one way or the other, they will be creating resentment in those who do not agree. And after a while, the resentment will bubble and explode. Like I've mentioned several times, I'm pro-Africa, very pro-Africa. Yet, I'm not a Pan-Africanist. And see, that, in fact, I will make a video on that matter so that I can address the various reasons why I'm not a Pan-Africanist. But I'm pro-Africa, I'm pro a united Africa. See, this issue about discussing and debating important issue, for me, it's a very big deal. I cannot agree to something I don't understand. I cannot vote for something that has not been explained to me to my satisfaction. And I can tell you, there are millions of people like me in Africa who are pro-Africa, but do not agree on one thing or the other, and without discussion, they will never agree to vote for those things. You see, I hear a few people always talk about, oh, Europe is this, Europe is that, China is this, China is that. Do they understand how rigorous discussions, arguments have happened in these places? Do they realize how many books on different subjects that have been written by various factions on that subject, where they articulated their reasoning, and everybody can read and say, okay, I understand what you're saying. And then, at the end of the day, they can make up their minds about what side of the issues they fall on. We as Africans, we haven't done that in many places. You see, if we continue on this path, not discussing these things, we will not go anywhere. And I want us to move forward. I see Africa as the continent of the future. But to be the continent of the future, we must be open-minded people, discuss everything, debate everything, to educate our population to make a call. We cannot become a successful continent if just a few people make the decisions on important issues and we leave the vast majority of our people ignorant on those issues. Success comes with freedom. Success comes with knowledge. And knowledge comes with, first, an open mind to discuss any and everything. And I think we as Africans, we must be open-minded to discuss anything, argue about anything, and be willing to accept, okay, I don't agree with you, but your argument makes a little sense. That level of debate, openness, is the crux of the scientific mind. And we need to be scientific. If we want to become a juggernaut of the future, if you want to become some of the most prominent mathematicians, if you want to become some of the most prominent innovators, if you want to become some of the most prominent inventors, open mind, debates, discussions are the crux of these disciplines. So, until you discuss and debate your ideas with people who do not necessarily agree with you, that's where you know if your ideas make sense or not. Discussing your ideas with people who are on your side doesn't make your ideas right or wrong. It's just your idea. What I'm saying is this. We have a long way to go. Yes, we have a long way to go. And to start on that journey, we need to be open. Many things that we should have achieved by now, we haven't achieved them because we are all closed. We're not willing to step out, discuss and debate our ideas with others who do not agree. Do we want to continue on this journey, going back and forth, but not moving anywhere? You decide. For me, I want to move forward. And that means I'm willing to discuss my ideas with anyone. And although I'm not a good debater, I'm willing to debate it. I want you to be one of those who are open and willing to discuss your ideas, debate it, to help Africa move forward.